you're looking for that challenge, watch it. If you're not, don't turn this thing on. It's pretty heavy, man.
If you live in a place where there's just a lot of people walking through the same room as you, be very confident in yourself. Otherwise, it's going to be like, what the fuck are you watching?
And me. You, just a woman.
Querelle.
Welcome to Colin Dave versus the Machine. This week, we have a very lengthy discussion of Rainer Werner Fassbinder's last film, Querelle. It is extremely gay and violent, and it is both Dave and I's first Fassbinder film, and we do have a bit of a disagreement. We kind of split on whether we like it or not. So, Dave, what were your thoughts on this movie?
We actually, interestingly enough, agree on 90% of our talking points, but the score reflects whether we emotionally connected with the material. I did not. I connected with it intellectually, which is why we didn't punch each other slowly in a dance fight. This is a very strange film, tackling, I don't know what, being gay, violence, murder, I don't know, it's all over the place. Abstract auteur filmmaking, art house, penises.
I've never seen so many brick dicks.
It's hard to swallow.
Okay.
This thing is pushing so many interesting talking points about being closeted of gay culture in the early 80s. This crazy guy, Fassbinder, who, 41 something feature films. He dies when he's 41 years old. He OD'd 2 months later on a heap of cocaine and barbiturates.
He was cranking them out.
Feature length. We have this man, part of the German New Wave, who's just throwing really his own therapy on a screen. And it feels like he doesn't give a shit what we think. And so when you watch it, it's very awkward. So intentionally so, you can't actually take your eyes away from it. Fever Dream, I think I used. It's just so weird.
This feels like something that he is wrestling with within his own brain, and so it feels like it's just his reality within his own mind thrown up onto a screen. So things do feel off. They do feel fantastical. There's a lot of metaphor and symbolism. It's not so subtle. It starts off being something that I'm intellectually identifying with, and it gets to a place where I'm emotionally connecting with it. Our main character is a bisexual man, which is also true for me, saying things plainly like, I can't fall in love with a man. I don't know who I really am. This whole island that they find themselves on very much is this purgatory. Even though there is so much violence throughout this, there's also this deep love of him trying to explore like, what is love.
It is a therapy session. I mean, the more we talked about it, the more we realized like the female protagonist, it's probably his mother.
We kind of discover the thematic resonance of having this woman state that all men kill the things they love, and the one man that he actually falls in love with being the person that he goes and tells the police so he's taken away from him. If you're not really paying attention, you're going to kind of lose yourself, because even while you're watching, it's like, who is this person? How do they relate? Isn't that the same actor who's now playing a different character? It is.
That's another layer where we get the diffusion of his weird problematic relationship with men and his family. It's just got too much. It's just too much.
It all culminates in this very unique and original looking movie. I very much enjoyed it. One last thing. All the men are very hot in this. Hot bods.
The very intentional objectification of men, almost in a satirical or ironic way to the way women are portrayed. I did not turn this movie off, $1 Million Duck. I only checked the runtime about 1/3 in because the tone is so awkward at the beginning. I was really worried that this was going to be some bargain basement shit. But it turned out, as disjointed and problematic as the plot is, it really keeps you in, because you start realizing how intentionally bad this thing is. I started questioning why are we doing this? Why did this person say that? We never learn why he cuts off his victim's nipple. That's a real thing. It's an interesting thought experiment.
This is not a movie for the general movie going public.
No.
It is something that you do have to really super engage with, because you're right. Like the acting when he first started is like, this is bad. And they're saying these things really weird. And why are these quotes being shown up on screen? And there's 3 different people giving voiceover. So it's an assault on the senses, right? Fassbinder's very intentionally throwing things at you to kind of throw you off guard. It's just going to be a question of whether or not you want to continue the ride. Or be like, I'm good, thanks.
I think I was talking about going to a contemporary art gallery, which I often don't really like. If you're looking for that challenge, you can watch it. It's on Criterion in Canada. If you're not, don't turn this thing on. It's pretty heavy, man.
If you live in a place where there's just a lot of people walking through the same room as you while watching this, be very confident in yourself, or like know those people really
Just
well,
own
because
it,
otherwise it's going to be like, what the fuck are you watching?
Give it his ass. That's what you're going to have to do if people walk in the room. You're just going to
Give him my ass.
We've challenged a lot of intellectual films, Kyle. What's next? I'm
As I
exhausted.
quipped at the end of our actual episode, we're going from a gay movie to perhaps the gayest movie. We'll be watching Conan the Barbarian.
Yes. Arnie. I want some points that I watched Querelle. Do I get credit for that or? No,
No,
shit.
you get no credit.
Cancelled.
Each man kills the thing he loves. Da da da, da 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 da.